What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? I'm here. I'm actually streaming on both today. I believe I'm getting the hang of both of these streaming things. I'm here on Periscope. Hey, what's going on Periscope? Like, share, up, down. Give your boy some hearts on here. And I'm also here on Facebook. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if you haven't liked my page yet on Facebook, make sure you like my page. And then after that, there's a arrow. You can make sure that you see my notifications because I do these daily tips daily, and so you can get So when you see that I am going to give value to you guys, you know that I will be giving these tips, and you can make sure that you get on live and see exactly what I'm doing. So hope you guys are having a great Friday. I guess it's about lunch and learn time today. So, I'm gonna go over a few wealthy mindset principles. I'm gonna actually go over 5. You can start implementing this today. If you're an action taker, start implementing these today. If you're not an action taker, I'm sorry. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk about the 5 wealthy mindset principles. And so this was actually, I had a small mastermind slash networking slash event last night. So it was a group of us, and we were discussing, or somebody was one of the guys were discussing about the wealthy mindset principles. I was like, what, this would be good, to get out to the market, to get out to you guys, so you can actually start implementing this in your business basically right away. So let's get right into it. So number 1, wealthy mindset principles. So this is, and I get into the when I talk about wealthy, because there's different definitions of wealthy out there. And I'll talk about that later in the presentation, because I think a lot of times people think that wealthy is you got to have this these millions upon millions upon billions upon billions upon trillions and trillions of dollars, and it's not the case. So I'll explain a little later about about what wealthy is, what the definition of wealthy is, and how it can benefit you as well. So number 1, multiple streams of income. So the average millionaire has 7 multiple streams of income. Your boy Donald Trump, who's running right now, whether you like him or you hate him, he has, last time I checked, he has like 57 streams of income. But the average person, hey, what's going on, Sylvie? How you doing today? What's going on? The average person working has 1 stream of income, and that's usually their job. And a lot of times they put their eggs in one basket with their job. They just want to be like, okay, this is my job, and that obviously you do need a mainstream income, but when you have a job, companies are always cutting back. This is definitely a technology age where people are, technology is taking the place of people. So having a job is not as secure as it was maybe 40 or 50 years ago. If you only have a job as as your income, you may want to look into some side hustles, just to so you can start generating some other income. It doesn't really matter. I actually wrote a blog on that, but it doesn't really matter if you have a high-paying job. Those usually are the ones to go first. If you have a high-paying job, those the CEO's gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, well, this person right here he's the highest paid person. He got to go. We got to cut some costs. So having a high salary, high paying job is not always the safest way. It's no secure. So number 1 is having multiple streams of income. Number 2 is ownership. and ownership in a way where, not just because, so as a business owner, you get a lot of write-offs. Employees don't get any. But another benefit is that they can actually sell their asset, which is their company, or whatever it is that they're building. As an employee, you can get fired. You can't sell your job. So even if you're the greatest employee in the world, and you're like, man, if somebody wants my job, I can sell that to them. No, you can't. They'll just fire you. So, and you got to work actually hard, because somebody's probably working hard to take your gig. So as an employee, you can't sell that at all. But as a business owner, you have an asset. So you're building an asset, and when you start building that asset, you can sell it, in the future. So, say you've been, building it for 10, 15, 20 years, it has its value. It has an asset involved. So, you can sell it and then basically keep the profits. As an employee, you don't have that at all. You won't ever be able to sell. You won't be able to sell your position as a job. Even if you have shares, that's. I guess you can sell those, but a lot of those people that they just want to save those. So there's really no, as an employee, there's no benefit, to being able to sell or have an asset. Maybe if you're a homeowner, that's maybe your asset, but as an employee, you don't have a lot of assets as a business owner. So that's number 2. Number 3 is residual income. Now, if you're not familiar with what residual income is, I wrote a blog on that as well. But to keep it very, very simple, is that this is basically what, actors, actresses, entertainers, they get paid royalties. So say, for example, Will Smith, you see Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has been off, as far as live, been off the air since the 90s. But if you watch, what's the TV shows out there, like, was it TNT, maybe TBS, Nickelodeon, every once in a while, they got that in syndication. So every time that is getting played, Will Smith gets a royalty for that. So he did that work once, and then 20 years from now, he's still getting a royalty from that. So that's basically the concept of residual income. So wealthy people understand that. So that's why they build companies to create that residual income for themselves, because I think the last time I checked, it's like small percent, like I think 5% of the population or something like that, has residual income coming in. It may be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. I don't remember the exact number, but if you are not creating residual income from yourself, then that's something you may want to look into. And obviously, you can reach out to me, and I can share with you some options on that as well. So that's number 3. Number 4 is leverage over people. Now, if you don't understand what this is this is like the franchise business model. So this is like if you went to like a McDonald's or a Starbucks, a Burger King, or wherever. These are, the owners of those franchises. You never see those owners, but they're leveraging people. That's why you see, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20-year-olds running the business. They bought the shop. They trained the young 14, 15, the youth on basically how to, make coffee, run the machine, or whatever. And they basically pay those employees. They pay those employees a certain percentage, and the rest of that is profit. That's just a wealthy mindset right there. So they don't have to be at every single Starbucks or every single McDonald's or every single franchise that they buy. All they have to do is, buy a few, have people running those franchises, pay those employees, and the rest is profit. So and I'm not suggesting go out there and buy a franchise or purchase a franchise, but that's just that's a wealthy mindset. Is to have leverage over people. And on the same blog post what I did with the residual income, I talk a little bit more about that as well. So you can check that out as well. And the 5th one is leverage over money. Now, this is basically when you become an investor, where you if you invest $1, you want to get $2 back. And a great example of this is, this is one of my favorite shows is Shark Tank. Shark Tank, you see, Mark Cuban and Damon and the QVC woman and the real estate woman, all those sharks on there, what they're doing is they're looking to invest their own money, so they're investing that in business. So if they invest, obviously, $50,000 or $100,000, then hopefully they want to bring back, more than that. Obviously, they're trying to. It's when their money is working for them. They come in and invest. They see what businesses and what companies are out there that are profitable, and they can invest their money and maybe get a percentage of their company or whatever. But the money is starting to work for them anymore. They're not working hard for their money. The money is working for them. So they were putting money out there, and the money is basically bringing more money back for them. So Shark Tank is a great example for that. It comes on. I think that's syndicated now too. So that goes into the residual income too. So that goes actually to step 3 because that's a syndicated show too. So those sharks on there are making a residual income as well, and that's wealthy mindset. So those are the 5 principles. I'll do a really quick recap. So number 1, multiple streams of income. So if you only have a job, highly suggest you look into a side hustle. So some type, because job security is not the same. Number 2 is ownership. Own some type of business. Build an asset so you can actually sell it. Number 3, residual income. Try to find something that's going to bring you in something residual, some type of income that comes in residual. Number 4 is leverage over people. That is, a franchise, a business franchise model like McDonald's or Starbucks or, one of those big franchises where, you basically, you buy a whole bunch of franchises and you have the people working for you. And then number 5 is an investor. That's the Shark Tank model where you invest your money and then money is basically starting to work for you. So hopefully you did find value in this. I see a couple comments. Okay. Hustle till you drop. Yep. Multiples is the key. Boom. You're right, Silly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So hopefully you did find value in this. If you did, please share, comment, leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, you can head over to my blog at askjwarren.com. I gave you a couple of resources on my blogs about passive residual income and having a high salary job. So you definitely go check those out. And if you're on Periscope, make sure you like, share, up, down, and you can head over to my website too as well. So you guys have a great Friday. It's a beautiful day outside today, so I guess I should shout outside today, but it is a beautiful day outside today. So hopefully you enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.